Okay, YouTube. I understand that there is COPPA, basically Kid Online Protection Association, whatever it's called. But you've removed a recent video I made that doesn't even reflect in some violence. Now, what I'm talking about is Undertale Part 1. Undertale Part 1, Terrell, Leave Me Alone. Which is not violent. Like, Undertale isn't that violent. Undertale is a pixel. Like, can you tell me in some way that in your defense, YouTube, that I don't know why you're removing it. You didn't ask me why. You didn't tell me what part of it is being removed, because I would understand. I would really understand. Like, yeah, maybe the tile was bad. Maybe the tile was bad. Like, the tile I gave was bad. Maybe. But it doesn't tell me. It just says, we want to know we reviewed your content and we think it violates a violent criminal organization policy. Now, can you tell me in any scene of that part 1 where it's violent? One scene. Tell me where in that whole part 1 that that it has violated violence. Because if that is correct, Undertale, yes. Undertale is just a pixel game. There's no murder. There is nothing that violates violence. But although a game that does have violence in it, and you're not removing any of that content, is Dead by Daylight. If you say that part 1 of Undertale is violent, name one reason. How in any way of my video in part 1 was violent? I can't even name one, because I reviewed the footage. There was none violent in it. Like, literally nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, I do my usual thing, just play the game. That's it. That's what I've been doing for the rest of my life. So show me in any... You can show me... You need to show me where was this violence being violated. If you show me that, I'll be saying, okay, that's grand. You could have just told me that. But no, it's not telling me anything. It's not saying a damn thing. It's not saying a damn thing about why are they removing it, or it's not saying a damn thing on how is it violent. Like, how stupid is that is. Just remove the content. Oh, just remove the content, but you have no evidence. Show me any evidence that you have against my video that is saying that's violating the violence. If that's true, then you should go for Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight has a lot of blood in it. Dead by Daylight has a lot of hits, a lot of abuse against female characters, a lot of blood, a lot of guns, a lot of hatchets, a lot of weaponry. And that's not getting violated as a violent act? Think about it. Oh, and we're totally going to ignore JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's just a game. Oh, we're going to totally not going to care about Resident Evil Village, or we're totally not going to care about all these games that literally are based on violence. We're basically saying a pixel game that has no violence whatsoever inside of it, and I didn't say anything violent. And they just remove it. Like Hollow Knight, like all these games, like Little Nightmares. How is that not violating anything? How is that not violating anything? Because kids watch that stuff. So if you think that your kid's safe, oh really? Just watching Little Nightmares 2 is going to make them. It's going to make it better. No, it's not. Also, let's not just say all games are violent. Like, why though? Undertale isn't really a violent game. Name one specific moment in Undertale's history, that it's been violent. No, it hasn't. It hasn't been violent. So YouTube, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? You don't have an excuse. You don't have evidence. You don't have why or why not you're doing this. So what's the point of removing the content? Like, you know how easily we can all just sue you. Like, since we don't know what part violates that guideline, violates it, how can we know if we can improve? Like that's the stupidest thing. Like, that's like me going up to someone and saying that it's a violent act, but I'm not going to tell you why why did I punch you, or why not I didn't punch you. Like, how stupid as that is. Like, that's like me saying that. That's like me going up and just killing someone and saying that it's a violent act, but I'm not going to say anything. Like, how stupid is that? Like, you have to have a motive to kill people, and there is no evidence against me in this term of use. Yeah, like last time, I understand some of the YouTube videos I made, like the editing ones, which were basically Mr. Bean's and the Mr. Bean's Quiet Life, and also what else? Fist of the North Star. Yeah, I understand them because Fist of the North Star's pretty, big, and they probably don't want someone to ruin it. Mr. Bean, yes, it's being owned by Mr. Bean. But what about this? It doesn't make any sense. What part of the video was violent? And even if it was violent, look at all the other games that are violent and you're not giving shit about it. Like, literally, L.A. Noire, you're searching dead bodies. You're searching up dead bodies. Like, how? How is that not violating anything? Like, if you want to protect people, you need to go harder, fucking YouTube. Like, what the fuck? It's just a pixel game. Like, let's say if I was playing Minecraft. What if I was playing Minecraft and one of the videos were basically, like, removed? For what reason? Like, what reason? Like, I'm uploading a new video, right? And I think it's that video because I'm uploading a new video, which is the Angry Vigo. Has some, let's just say, like, well, it's not. It's like, nipples are shown. I'm saying that there is, but I'm saying that I thought it was going to be that one. But when I looked at it, it's the Undertale. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, Undertale is just a pixel game with no flaws and with no reason. So therefore, you shouldn't be removing my content, even though it didn't violate anything. And if it did violate anything, show me in what scene, show me in what context, and show me in any form that it should be gone. Because you're not giving me anything.